What is up, everybody? It is me, Gabe, with the Get Geeked Network, and we got a very special episode for you. But I just want to let you guys know that we were trying a brand new technique with Zoom, and I have a special guest on here. But you will see that, or you will see and hear that my mic is blown out. So my volume of voice is going to be kind of awkward. I brought it down a little bit, but it's still kind of like peaking at certain levels and stuff. So excuse me for that. I know the problem. I am fixing it for the next episode. So with that said, excuse me for that problem and enjoy. And we will see you guys all on the next episode. Everything is recording. Wait, what happened? Everything seems like it's working, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look at all your stuff in the back.
I know. Well, let me start this, though. Welcome, everybody, to the Get Geeked Network. It is, or the Get Geeked Podcast, I'm sorry. It is episode 52. And as you can see to my left or to your right, I don't know, either way, I have a guest. And her name is Christina, a.k.a. KRIS, a.k.a. Do you have any like other pseudonyms or pseudonyms or I don't know?
That's it. That's
yeah. You just go by KRIS, basically.
Yeah.
no like gamer tag or anything.
No.
Okay. So what? You game under KRIS?
No, I have a game. Wait, are we doing this? Is this like?
Yeah, this is live. We're going right now.
I thought we were like doing like a fake one or something.
Mm-mm. When I say we're going, we're going.
Oh shoot! Okay. Give me time to prepare.
Well, I mean, there's really nothing to prepare about. It's called the Get Geeked Podcast, and it's basically a podcast about basically whatever we geek about. When my nephews were on, we just basically talk about everything that we geeked about. So basically, it's like comic books, comic book movies, video games, animes, and stuff like that. So I guess we could just start with the question: what is it that you geek about the most?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, gaming, that's been like a thing for like a long, long time. Obviously, anime. I mean, as I got older, I haven't been like as into it as usual, but after watching like JOJO's Bizarre Adventures and like getting into that, it kind of like sparked like that passion of anime in me again. So
you are really into that, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
Like you've been trying to get me to watch it ever since you started.
Please, just promise.
Well,
it'll be...
the thing is I just finished, like I believe we talked about this. I just finished what is it? Gosh, it's blanking out of my head right now. Demon Slayer. So
right.
I mean, I might give it a try. The thing is though, I just started The Last Kingdom. So
The Last Kingdom.
I might try to. The Last Kingdom's not even an anime. It's just it's a BBC show. Kind of like Game of Thrones-ish meets Vikings. Vikings meets Game of Thrones, I guess, kind of in a little ways. But so I just started that, but maybe I'll put JOJO like side by side. I'll try to do it.
I mean, the first season, like, it's kind of
how many episodes is in the season?
Well, I know that on Netflix they have the first season, but they switched part 1 and part 2 in one season. So like part 1's like I think around 8 episodes, and then the second part, I think the second part's also around like 10 episodes, but it completes it to like 25 episodes in total. But it has the first 2 parts in one season. So.
Also, I just want to let everybody out there know that I might be looking down. The only reason why I'm looking down is because I'm looking at my computer, because I'm
No, I do that too. I do that too, where I'm just like looking down sometimes, and I'm just like, oh.
I have a hard time looking up here because I like to see who I'm talking to, and it's like.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
I'm not looking at the camera.
Yeah, I'm like looking at you. Is that why we're like looking slightly down?
But you are actually kind of looking at me because you're looking straight at the computer.
Well, it's like elevated. I put it like on a table. So
yeah, I mean, but it works in your part. But I've been looking at myself, and I'm just looking down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because my camera is higher and my computer is lower, so I'm like just looking straight down. But yeah, but continue though. I'm sorry.
No, I mean,
I just wanted to like let everybody know that I was like I'm not paying attention. I'm actually paying attention.
Right.
Also before we even continue any further, I usually put a song in the beginning. I just want to let everybody know that the song you guys heard, well, I'm not even sure, I'm not sure of the name, but the name of the band is called Rejected Allies. They have been broken up for a while now, local band, but you could find some of their local live shows online on YouTube, so if you want to look them up there. And so, yeah, so JoJo, 8 seasons on the first, 8 episodes on the first season, and then 10 episodes on the second season, you said?
I want to say, I just know it adds up to like 25 episodes, season 1 on Netflix. I want to say, I think they put the other season on there too, but I haven't checked. But it's been a while since it was.
Well, I mean, that sounds doable, so I'll look into it. But
yeah,
you know,
I mean, to me, it starts getting like good during season 2 and onward.
Wow, are you serious?
Wait,
so I gotta endure 8 episodes before it gets good.
Wait, but it's for context, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Everything has like a meaning.
Okay.
I promise. Because when I started watching it, I didn't think I was gonna like it at all, but I got invested.
So I can say that you are caught up right now, right?
No. Well, with the anime I am, but I'm reading part 6.
Yeah, with the anime you're basically caught up, right? Okay, then tell me this then, or not tell me this, but without spoilers, I'd say review it for me, and then at the end, give it a rating of 10 stars. 1 out of 10 stars.
1 out of 10 stars, huh?
Yes.
I mean, I'm not really like good at reviewing, but I mean, what I like about each season is that it's always something different. Like, you think each season kind of has like, similar themes, but I like that each one does it very differently. I'm always surprised by every season, and each season can stand on its own. Like, I know, like, I had some friends, they come in watching, like, they got into like season 3, then they went back and watched the other seasons, or like, you can kind of pick the season that you want. You can always go back as well, which is what I like, is that, a lot of these characters and like all of these seasons can stand on their own, and that's why I think it's like big and strong.
So are these like standalone episodes, or is there a through line story?
There is an overarching story. It's kind of like the Descendant, like per season, you could say. But I don't want to give like too much away. But
have you ever watched Cowboy Bebop?
Yes.
Is it almost like that? Is it almost like that, where each episode kind of has this like own story, but
no, like each season has like its own story, but like all the seasons still connect because there's some recurring characters, and like the main character is like within the same family line.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Continue with the review though.
So that's kind of what I really like about it. And I mean, I like the action. I like that the pacing's really good. So if you're really into like a lot of the fighting, a lot of the action, I enjoy it. So
would you consider it a Shonen Jump or more of like something different?
See, this is another reason why I like it, is there's like funny moments, there's lighthearted moments, but then it's like, oh shit, like that guy just got stabbed, or that guy's head got, just
so it
like,
is
totally.
So it is a bit of a Shonen Jump a little bit.
Yeah.
Because there's like, a good amount of action basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's like some pretty like, it gets pretty dark as well. So I like that it kind of has like different levels. So. I
Right,
would
right.
say that.
Well,
That's
you're doing a good job of selling it to me right now.
Yeah. So pacing's really important to me too. Like if I want, like I like when a story flows. You know, I
Right,
don't
right.
mind slow moments. I feel like everything just has to be timed correctly, like character development. Then you got your action, and I kind of prefer that than just mindless action or like when stuff gets kind of too slow or filler. Like
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah,
really.
yeah.
Just depends.
Yeah. Well, I know for a fact that a lot of animes have way too many filler episodes, but I mean,
Yeah.
like, if the story is really good, I stick it through all the way and just like
Yeah.
skip the fillers if it's like
Yeah.
if it's a season that's already fully out, or
Mhm.
just continue watching anyways because I want to see what happens on the next when the story continues.
Right.
I mean, the biggest one is like Bleach and Naruto, and they are Bleach is really infamous for a lot of
Oof.
filler. Um,
Yeah, I couldn't. I mean, I'm sorry for all like the Bleach fans, but there's a lot. There's a lot of filler. I couldn't.
but the thing is that if you were invested into the storyline as much as I was, I continued through because I wanted to see
Right.
it. I wanted to
Yeah,
see
no, I
how it
could
ended.
understand. Like, especially for the people, like, if they were already like halfway there, or like, it's like you got to
Mhm.
stick through it. I didn't get that far, so that's kind of why I like dropped it.
They almost tricked me though with Bleach. They like because when I saw the filler, I didn't understand what was happening. I was like, wait, did the season already end? And like, did it pick up somewhere else? But then like I realized like the episode after that episode, it continued again with the storyline. I was like, oh, okay, okay. I was like, I was about to stop watching. I was like, I thought it was over.
Mm.
But yeah, sorry to interject, but continue with the review. We're done with the review.
If we can call it a review.
Give us the rating.
The rating.
Yeah,
Okay.
1 out of 10 stars. 10 being the best, one being the worst.
For the series as a whole,
Yep,
like the whole franchise.
series as a whole. And we're just
Mm.
talking anime. Don't go into the manga because I know that with a lot of animes, when you read the manga is a little different than what the anime is because the anime is one
Yeah,
way,
yeah,
and the manga sometimes goes deeper
yeah.
in a
Yeah, this is
different
just for the
route.
anime because didn't read I didn't read the manga. I'm only reading part 6 now because the anime isn't
Hmm.
up yet, and I didn't want to I don't want to wait, so I just pretty much watched the anime, then picked up on part 6, and that's just what I'm currently on. But man, if I had to rate the franchise as a whole,
Yeah, just a whole. It shouldn't
I
be that
mean,
hard. I rate things all the time. Last week, or not last week, because I skipped last week's episode to get ready for this episode. But the episode before this episode, I rated Demon Slayer because I watched the whole season like in 1.5 days. I gave that a 9, like a 9 star, either that or 8.5. I forget, but it was like up there, but like not all the way up there because it was like it could use a little bit more of something else, but it was
mhm.
pretty good. You know.
Okay. Yeah, I need to like get back into it because I think I only watched a couple of episodes, so yeah. But let's see if I had to give it a rating.
Yeah, just give it a rating. Just
Um, let me see. Since I could watch it, I did watch it. I watched one of the seasons again recently with my cousin. Uh, I don't know. I mean, like, I want to say. I mean, I enjoy it a lot, so I mean, I want to give it that 10. But
you want to give it
I'm
a
like,
10?
I kind of want to give it
I
a 10,
mean,
but
give it a 10.
personally, a 10. But maybe like unbiased, I'd probably say like a 9.
A 9. I mean, that's
Yeah,
good.
like an 8 or a 9,
Yeah,
because everyone's got different tastes.
a
So.
nine's still good because I mean, like I mean, it's hard for me to give anything a perfect 10, only
That's
because
just
like
personal.
it has to be like it has to fill every requirement, and I have to when I watch something or read something, it has to like fit certain amount of requirements. And
Right.
if it doesn't hit those requirements, if it's like missing one of those requirements, then I just drop it down to a point. So
Mm-hmm.
like, but it's hard for me to watch something and have it hit. In fact, like, I don't think I gave anything a 10 except for like the Avengers, and
Which one?
I know for a
Wait,
fact that
which
we disagreed on that,
wait,
but
which Avengers movie?
Endgame.
You gave Endgame a 10?
I gave Endgame a 10 because I felt like it checked every box that I was looking for. But I know that you disagree on me on that.
Civil War is mine.
Yeah, well, Civil War I gave a 10 as well.
Oh shit, okay.
But like it's tough to get that perfect 10 out of me.
Me too. Me too. But when I say 10, it's always like personal preference because everyone's got different perfect checklists.
Yeah, when it comes to like entertainment and anime, movies, whatever you want to go into, it's always personal preference because it's always subjective. It's whoever's watching it. We're all gonna have different check boxes to check off. So it's not it's not gonna be perfect for everybody, but the thing is like what is it to you? So if it's a perfect 10 for you, we'll go with the 10.
I mean, usually if I could rewatch something and still enjoy it and come back to it, that's always a really good sign.
Yeah, well, that's one of my check boxes for me rating anything.
Because it's hard for me to really even if I love something, I can't really go back into it again, rewatching it, or I'm like I still would have to take time to.
Yeah, because there's been movies out there that are good, like really good, and I would not say it's rewatchable just because of how crazy it is. One of them being for me, I don't know if you ever seen the movie Requiem for a Dream. I thought it was
I've seen it.
Really well told story, really well shot movie, very artistic, but I can't rewatch it because of how demented and how dark it really gets. And then it's like you watch it and you feel like you go into a 2-week state of depression. I
watched it. I was like, I don't know if I could watch it again anytime soon.
No, it's a rough watch, but I mean, I have to give it to whoever wrote the story and whoever shot the movie. It was done very well, right? So it's good, but it doesn't check the rewatchability box, so it loses points. But to me, it was well done. But yeah. So anime, JoJo,
watch it, Gabe.
you give it a 10 out of 10 stars, right? Anything else? I mean, what else do you geek about? What's the game that you're playing right now? I guess that we'll go over there. We'll go in that direction.
Right now, Final Fantasy VII Remake.
The remastered? The
remake.
Yeah, the remake, the one that just came out, right?
Yeah, the one that just came out right now.
How far are you into it?
I just got out of the sewers with Aerith and Tifa.
Well, how many? Let me rephrase the question. How many hours are you into it?
Probably 20 hours.
Oh, that's a pretty good amount of hours.
Yeah.
Because the only reason why I asked, which is a good thing, because me and my nephews, we actually did a story about it when the rumors were first out that it was gonna come back, right? They were gonna release it, and we're the whole what we were going on about was that they kept on saying it was gonna be released, but they kept on pushing back the release date, keep on pushing it back, and we're like, well, whenever it comes out, we might try to play it and then do a review, but as you can see, my nephews aren't with me anymore.
What happened to them again?
They just stopped wanting to do it with me, but never told me, basically, So we started it together, and then one by one they just started not showing up or answering my messages, and then yeah. So then it would just end up being me just doing this all by myself, not ranting, but just talking about whatever I wanted to talk about, which was cool for a little bit, but
how would you even do that? Would you have little topics on a little list ready? Would you?
Yeah. Well, the thing is
by yourself.
If I watched anything that week, or if I heard any news, anything that week, I would just go on a rant about it, or review it, or talk about something I'm excited about that's coming out. Because there's always trailers when there was trailers.
Right.
And the thing is, the hard thing is that because of the whole this whole like quarantine thing, there's no trailers. There's not much for me to talk about.
No more movies.
Yeah, there's nothing coming out. So I'm like, oh, what am I gonna do? But surprisingly, there's been a good amount of things that's, you know, like TV shows that I was backed up, like that I haven't got to watch. So I just watched that, and animes like Demon Slayer, because I should have watched Demon Slayer a long time ago, because it was like someone referred it to me like a long time ago. And then like, I just barely watched it, did the review on that on my last episode, and then stuff like that, you know? And other TV shows too. So like, yeah, I mean, there's always things to talk about. But to me, I felt like, oh, I don't know, like, cause I've been like, kind of keeping an eye on the viewership, but like, I'm not even really doing this for the viewership. I'm just doing this so I have an outlet just to talk about the stuff that I want to talk about. Cause I mean, besides you and me, which, let me give a little bit of background about how you and me know each other. So basically, Chris here is a coworker, my assistant, kind of in a ways, and my protege in a little bit. So I'm trying to like I'm trying to mold her brain into like my mini me, basically.
There we go.
So that's how we kind of know each other. And then basically, I felt like I kind of need like a guest, and I've had one of my friends be a guest before, so I didn't want to push it on him again, but I'm probably gonna ask him again anyways.
You're like come back.
Yeah, considering that we got this to work, and the whole reason why I even got Chris to do this with me is to test out this whole Zoom recording session here.
Yeah.
So and we had a little bit of a bump in the beginning. I'm gonna tell the truth. Like this whole episode might have not even happened, but luckily I don't know how she fixed it, but she fixed it, and it's and it's going on, and now we're here.
Yes, yeah.
So
surprise!
Yeah,
I didn't even know I was gonna be on here.
Well, you knew. You just didn't know. You didn't know I was gonna record it right now.
No, I just thought we were just gonna like test stuff out, and so I was gonna be record. Yeah.
Oh, you thought I was just testing. Well, the testing is gonna be an episode. That's the thing. So you know. I thought I kind of made it clear, like, yeah, we're gonna test it, but once it's tested, we're gonna go with it. Like, it's gonna be recorded, right? I don't know. Wow. But yeah, so oh, what the heck is this? Oh no, what is this? Never mind. Sorry about that. But yeah, so we're I don't know where I was going with this. Why did I even start on that? But yeah, so yeah, it started with me and my nephew. Then it just turned to be me just ranting, and then I felt like you know, the viewership like doesn't really want to just see just me ranting about stuff every week, because I just do this once. I just do this once a week.
Okay.
Yeah. So and I felt like I need to give a little bit of a different flavor. So I'm just like, hey, I'm gonna ask somebody just to do an episode. And I thought I kind of got that across to you that it is going to be an episode, even though we are just testing it out. Mm-hmm. It's basically just a test out episode, because I don't really know how good the audio is going to sound when I edit it, and how it's going to upload and everything once I get it.
I don't even know how good I sound too, because like,
to tell you the truth, your audio sounds better than my nephew's audio when we were doing it with him, and because he's all the way in Seattle, and for some weird reason he could never get his audio to sound like you know, okay. Like like at one point it sounded like he was in a bathroom, and then he got a mic and it sounded good for a little bit, but there was always this clicking noise because he kept on he didn't have a mic stand for his mic.
Right.
And then yeah, I don't know, we just kept on messing around trying to get his sound to sound good, but it just never did. But I mean, yours sounds okay to me. Like to my headphones right now, it sounds okay.
Okay,
you know?
That's good.
Like it could be. I
don't want to sound like I'm in the bathroom.
Well, if you sounded like you were in the bathroom, I would have told you that right away, because I'm just that type of person. I'd be like, dude, you sound like you're in the bathroom, and you get and like
sound like crap.
Because I do that to my friends that I game with. Anyways, like if he hops on and we're about to go do battle, and his mic is like messed up because he plays on PC because we do the crossplay thing, and I always tell him like, dude, you sound like you're in a bathroom. Fix your mic, bro, before we do anything else. You sound like you're in a bathroom, or you sound like you're in a tunnel. I don't know, but luckily he's really good at that stuff, so he knows how to fix it and stuff like that. So perfect. In which I just wanted to put it out there. Earlier today, decided to do some morning gaming, and me and him got a victory with one of our other buddies. So yay me.
Like it's a good day.
Started the morning off really, really well. So it was like, I don't know, felt good. But dang, I got on a way too far of a tangent. The thing I wanted to get to was like, now I remember, is I want you to review Final Fantasy, the remake.
I'm not done with it yet.
Huh?
I'm not done with it yet.
Yeah, but as far as you are right now, like how the beginning looks, the graphics, gameplay, because this is a remake, and I've seen the original, which is when it was out, people who were into it, and they spent like months playing it and finishing it because they wanted to finish it, and they were in it, right? Like they were deep into it. But for me, a person who was watching, I was just like, the graphics was like wonky. It was a lot of stop.
You don't like those blocks? You don't like Cloud's blocking muscles?
And it was a lot of like stopping and reading, and I just didn't see how it was fun being a watcher, But I guess it was a kind of game where you couldn't really watch. Kind of like, I don't know if you ever watched anybody play Metal Gear or played Metal Gear. It was more fun to play Metal Gear than to watch someone else play Metal Gear. If you know what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, the first one I thought was, it was fun to watch my brother play, and then when I played it, it was even better.
Like
the first one.
Like the original?
Metal Gear Solid?
No, not Metal Gear. Final Fantasy. Oh, are we talking Metal Gear or Final Fantasy?
I thought you were talking about Metal Gear.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, Metal Gear, like, there were certain parts, where it was fun to watch because, like, they would do, like, things that were kind of funny and stuff. Like, I remember when they did the whole, like, oh, you're able to hide in a box thing. That was kind of funny, and it was fun to watch.
Yeah.
But then, like, after a while, when it got deep into the story, like, I just got bored of watching. I was like, I don't know if I want to watch this again, But I don't know. But, I mean, besides Metal Gear, let's get back to Final Fantasy. Because, when me and my nephew were doing this, I really wanted him to kind of get it and play it and review it, but, didn't get that far.
Right.
I mean, you're 20 hours in. I mean, you got to have some kind of, like...
I mean...
something to say about the game right now, right?
Well, since I never... Like, I can't... Because, see, like, my review, it's going to be pretty much, like, fresh, unbiased. I'm a newcomer coming into this because I wanted to play the original one first before I even, like, played the remake. But then I'm just like, oh, fuck it. I'll just play the remake, I guess. Like, to kind of get a better, a better review.
I'll tell you this. From what I've seen on like the trailers and stuff, the remake looks way much better than what you missed on the original.
Yeah, because from what I played, I looked back on some of the scenes and I'm like, yeah, the remake, they did a really good job.
Yeah.
They did a really good job.
Because you're talking about PlayStation 1 times. And the graphics were not all the way up there yet with that PlayStation 1 system.
Nah, you had to use your imagination.
Well, either that or it was just like you were controlling a lot of blocky characters, and the only thing that was kind of cool were these tiny cutscenes, which took a long time to load up and everything like that. So
I mean, did you? Which ones did you play anyone?
Me? No. Yeah. Like I said, like I watched a lot of my friends play it, and I just couldn't really get into it, and it didn't make me want to play it, so I never.
I was kind of the same way. Like I played some of 10. I played some of 10 too. Same with 15, and I don't know. I stopped. I don't know. It didn't really grab me, I guess. Kingdom Hearts did.
Right.
Not the third one.
But I mean, like, yeah, but Kingdom Hearts started when the graphics were kind of almost like there already. So I felt like it was much an easier get or an easier sell to people, you know? Because I remember when it first came out, that was what it's on PlayStation, right? Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it came out PlayStation 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's PlayStation 2 was when the graphics got like much better.
But I mean, Final Fantasy X, I mean, that looked really nice at the time, and I don't know, I didn't finish it. I'm like, all the Final Fantasy, I'm like, I didn't finish it, so I'm like, the remake I gotta finish it.
Well,
that's
I guess
the one I have to finish.
Let's skip to this question. I mean, are you enjoying the remake right now?
So far, I am enjoying it. I do like the combat. It's the kind of combat I always wanted since I did like Kingdom Hearts, and I do kind of like that action, RPG kind of style. I mean, no offense to like turn-based. Like I do still like turn-based as well, but I really liked the way they did it in Kingdom Hearts, and it's kind of nice to see them kind of do that with it.
Is this more action-based RPG, or is it a combination of like turn-based and action?
No. It's not turn-based at all. Like
no?
It's all like
no turn-based at all. Wow.
No,
okay.
It's all in the moment.
Well then they kind of stepped it up a little bit because I remember a lot of the Final Fantasies being turn-based.
Yeah. From what I know, yeah. Because I didn't finish. I didn't finish. I didn't finish any of.
Well, that's kind of one of the reasons why it kind of turned me off because I just saw a lot of from watching my friends play it. I just saw a lot of like, oh, take the group here, stop here, and then what do you want to do? And then choose the person that you want to do it, and then and then choose this person, and then what do you want this person to do? And yeah, it's turn based, kind of like Pokemon, basically.
Yeah. So I do like the combat in the remake. I mean, the graphics look, great.
See, I mean, that sounds good because that sells it a lot more. Because I know that the last Final Fantasy was a bit of action based, right?
Yeah, 15 was. I don't know why 15 to me felt a little bit slower. I want to say that in the beginning you could only use what's his face, Noctis and the main character, and then you could like kind of make the other characters kind of do like their own moves, but I don't think you could beat them. But I don't know if I think they did fix it where now you can actually be the other characters like you can in remake. At least that's what I think. I mean, don't quote me. But yeah, from what I've heard, because I stopped playing it like when it first came out, but supposedly they did updates and like they added like DLC, I want to say, with some of the people.
Well, I mean, they always do DLCs nowadays for any video game, whether it be any franchise.
Yeah,
it's all about getting that extra cash out of your pocket. Like you spent the $60 to $70 on a game, and they're gonna try to pull out another, 50 or 60 out of your pocket. I mean,
DLC's fine if it's added content and not meant to be in the game like it should, then I'm okay with it. Well, but if it's like, it should have been in the game, then I'm like, nah, I don't want to.
To me, it's how rad the DLC is. I mean, like, how good is it? Like, what is it offering me? Does it give me like more playing time, or does it give me more flash? Because as of right now, the only game that I'm kind of really actually playing on a console is Call of Duty, and they haven't really gotten me with any DLCs yet, except for when they had a sale on one of the battle pass, and I was just like, dude, it's a sale. I can't pass this up. That's the Asian in me. I'm like, there's a sale. I'm saving money. I might as well.
I can't pass this up.
Yeah, I can't pass it up. I might as well just buy it. But other than that, I haven't bought anything else. But before that, they on the last one, they came out with all these like costumes that were just like kind of like awesome, and I was just like, there was one, it was like a killer bunny outfit, and I was just like, oh man, I'm gonna buy it. But it was like only like $10, so I was like, $10. So they squeezed $10 out of my pocket. Yeah, dude, gaming franchise nowadays, dude, they're just all about getting as much money out of you as they can.
Yeah, not my favorite thing.
I mean, it's part of you know, pardon the pun, but it's part of the game.
It should be extra content if I'm going to be paying for it.
I mean, some of it is, but you know, some of it is, and some of it is just flashier stuff. I know the games that I play, anything that's DLC, is always extra content, like either like an extra map or extra storyline or something like that. You know, stuff like that. So, you know, I mean, they can't just like put a DLC for no apparent reason. I mean, is that what you get on the RPGs that you play? Just like random DLCs that doesn't do anything?
I mean, there was, I think, the Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC. They had some stuff in there where I thought that seems like it should have been in the game, but I mean, I don't know. I'd have such a good time with that one. That one kind of, I'm still pretty salty about it.
Okay.
Like I waited all that time. Okay.
Well, we spent a good amount of time on video games there, so I mean, I guess what I want to know is then, from playing the Final Fantasy Remake, the 20 hours that you've played, if you were to rank that 1 to 10, rank it.
Oof. Okay. That's a little tough.
I mean, just check the boxes that you need to check. If it lands at 10, give it a 10. If it lands at 5, give it a 5.
I want to say, let's see. I guess a 6. It's above average.
6? Wow.
It's above average. I mean,
wow.
Here's the thing. The pacing, I feel like it's a little bit slow for my taste.
Right.
Because when it gets good, it's good. But I do feel like the pacing sometimes kind of wears me down a little bit.
Right.
The side quests so far, because I'm trying to do like all the side quests as well. I mean, they're okay.
Are you kind of like an achievement hunter in a ways, or you just?
I try to do as much as I can. Like if there's like side quests, I try to do all those too.
Are you?
I try to do everything. Yeah.
Are you one of those 100%ers?
Depends if I really like the game.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
but
I'm guessing
like side quests.
You gave this one a 6, so I'm guessing you're not gonna 100% this.
Well, it depends. I mean, it's above average. You know, I do like it. Like some of the moments where I have like a lot of fun. You know, but I feel like they're just kind of like far in between. Like some of it's like okay. I mean, I do like really like the combat. But I just feel like the story. I know everybody like really loves the story, but so far I'm like, well, you know, the story's okay. I do like the characters, but since I feel like I'm not even like halfway yet, so we'll see where it goes, like how it picks up and everything.
Right.
So it's a little bit, on the slower side.
Okay, so it's 6.
That's like my honest opinion.
So
yeah, I know everyone's like, everybody loves it, but so far.
Well, it's probably split because I know for a fact there's a lot of people out there that has been biting their nails waiting for this remake to come out.
Right.
And then there's people who are just like, if it comes out, it comes out, and I'll wait for the review before I even play it and stuff like that. So it's gonna be mixed. But I mean, it's always good to have like an honest opinion on a game, especially if you play a lot of games. I mean, for a regular person like you and me, like we kind of need someone out there who's like, are you planning on buying it? You haven't bought it and you're planning on buying it? Tell you what, dude, it's a 6. It's a 6 out of 10.
Because I feel like with Final Fantasy, if the people are just like, the people that really love it and then the people probably don't love it as much, they probably dislike it, because it's such a staple and probably a lot of nostalgia in there.
Because the thing is like they're gonna make their money anyways because of all the people who has been waiting for this to come out for so long. Yeah. So they're gonna make their money out. But for like a person like me who's not really into it but needs someone to sell it to me, it's good to know that someone gives it a 6 because then I'll just wait for it to go on like a Game Pass or something like that or a bargain bin or something and pick it up then, try to play it, at that time.
Yeah, because I'm coming in from neither side. Like this is like, I never played like 7 before,
Right.
so I don't, I'm just unbiased, just coming in like new.
Okay. So there's the video games out of the way. The only thing I can really think of now is maybe we go a little bit into music because we're at like the 40-minute mark. So we have
really? Wow.
Yeah, we have about only like 20 minutes left. What is the album or artist that you are currently into as of right now?
Right now? An album?
Yeah. Because I'll tell you this, since people already know who's been watching the podcast and stuff is that I'm into the whole hardcore scene and stuff like that. So and I did a review of this song from A Ghost Inside Aftermath that came out like a few weeks ago, maybe like a month ago. I think it's almost a month now. But the whole thing about that band was that they got into this big bus crash. The drummer lost his leg, and
what?
they had to go through all this rehab and stuff. And then
wait a minute, he lost his leg?
Yeah, he lost his leg, and then he had to partner up with this company who kind of built him like a contraption to use like his foot stub to play the drums again. And then he had to relearn how to play the drums again with that equipment. And then all the rest of the bands had to go through rehab also because they were like kind of injured as well. And then 10 years later, they got to play live again, and then now they're starting to put out new music. So I've been waiting for like new stuff, and they had like some new stuff come out now. They had one new song a month ago and another new song a couple weeks ago. So like I've been listening to that stuff because for one thing, they're kind of like, I don't know if you know the term posy, but it's basically like positive. So if I say like posy hardcore, it's like positive hardcore. Or
I mean, you know all those new hip words.
Posy punk. That's not even new. That's old. That's old school. But like, yeah,
I wouldn't know.
They're basically kind of only like the only band out there that's kind of like posy metalcore, because like there's like if you listen to like metalcore or like metal stuff, it's a lot of the times a lot of it's not positive in ways.
Yeah.
Dark. Yeah. So it's hard. Yeah, it's hard to find something that's like but there is a whole genre of posy hardcore, which is like you get your Christian hardcore music, and then your positive hardcore music, which kind of separates from the whole Christian scene a little bit, but still stays positive. But it's hard to find a metal band that's positive. So I feel like they're the only positive metal band out there, and that's why I kind of like a little bit more into them than the rest, just because sometimes you want that kind of like that rage of like metal music, but you want it to be like for a positive reason. I don't know, it's weird to explain, right?
You want to be amped up.
No, I want to be amped up, but for like a good reason.
Yeah.
Not because like, oh, I want to kill somebody, or or I want to get or I want to get messed up or something like that, or get drunk or anything like that. Because a lot of times when you listen to metal music, it's about getting drunk, beating somebody up, killing somebody, whatever, blah blah. List goes on, right? But like, there's not too many to where it's like just positive message. But this band is one of the bands out there that does it, but with a positive message and still has that like aggressive metal sound to it. So I've been listening to them and their new stuff that's coming out.
So you feel positive when you listen to them?
Yeah.
So what kind of positive things do they sing about?
Well, like they'll say like, oh, like life's hard. There's one line, and I think I talked about it when I reviewed the song like a few episodes ago. But there's a song they have called Mercy, and there's a line on the song that says, "Life's swinging hard, but I'm swinging harder." So it's basically like, oh, life's gonna be a little hard, but like you keep going. You beat down life. Don't let life beat you down. Basically, it's the message. Right. Stuff like that.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean that's just like an example. I know I went way like I mean you already know I ramble a lot, so I like went too far left on that. But the question is what's the song or the artist or the band that you're currently listening to or into right now?
Well, I haven't. I mean, nowadays, I just find songs whatever I like, and then that's kind of what I listen to. I haven't really been into like bands in a while, like a while. I think like the last. Well, let's see. Well, no, I think in college I was really into the Black Keys.
Right. Okay.
So they were like I was really into them. That was probably like the last band I was like really into.
Not bad, not bad.
Yeah.
But nothing new right now?
Nothing new, like where I can see like a band?
Or a song. Just a song. Or an artist. It doesn't matter. Because I switch it up all the time. Like I have a rotation of genres that happens. Like it could change within a month, it could change within a week, it could change within a day. You don't ever know. And the thing is I'm a music connoisseur, so I don't discriminate on any genre.
Right.
You know, so like.
Oh yeah, I like to listen to everything. Like you know, it just depends on my mood. I cannot just listen to one genre. Like I don't know how some people can do it.
And the weird thing is it kind of gets on my nerves when it's like, you know, the same over and over. But you know, like right now I'm into the Ghost Inside, but within a week or so it could change to like EDM music, or it could change to indie music, it could change to just regular punk music.
It just really depends on how I'm feeling.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't have like the one thing that you're listening to right now.
Let's see.
Because I know I walk into the office and I see you have your headphones on. What is that? What is that song that you're listening to when I walk in?
Let's see. Quite a few. Let's see. I listened to a couple of. Let me see. I listened to a couple of songs from Caravan Palace. That's one band, I suppose.
Elaborate. What kind of music is that?
I don't even freaking know.
I mean, is it more rock side, indie side?
No, I would say probably. Let's
pop?
see. I don't even know. I want to say they're like probably like maybe indie, but like, God, I'm so bad with genres.
With a little bit of pop?
Yeah, probably.
Indie maybe? Pop, kind of?
I'm just like, I don't know.
Well, let's go. Like, let's start with this. Are they at least English?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you never know because there's like the whole K-pop rise and stuff like that.
Oh, see, no, I never got on the K-pop train. Like, I'm sure there's some songs that I like, but like I wasn't like really like super obsessed with it. Like some of my friends back in.
I never got into it because they're just too pretty. I don't like people that are too pretty. Like they look way too pretty. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
Because if you look at all of them, they all look like either like Asian Ken dolls or Asian Barbie dolls. And I'm just like, nah, it's not for me.
What? Really?
And just the vision of that makes it to where I don't like their music. Because the thing is, I don't hate on pop either. I'll listen to pop music. You know, I'll bop to Backstreet Boys or NSYNC from back in the days or whatever. You know, but like, but yeah, like the K-pop and the J-pop stuff. They all just look like too pretty. I don't know. Even the guys, like, they're too pretty.
Well, I can understand the guys, but like
the girls too. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I thought guys like pretty girls. I wouldn't think it'd be like a complaint.
not when they're like too made up. You know, like they're like it's almost too fake.
See.
I don't know. That's just me though, and that's just like something that plays in my head.
Right.
Because like even like I don't know like something about like American pop stuff, like you could find flaws in the way some of them look, and then I'm like, I'm okay with it.
Right. It's like more it's less artificial, right? It's a little
yeah.
I can see that.
And there's and then also like there's a reason why like bands like Nickelback and like stuff like that I don't like either, because they were kind of like they were trying to imitate the whole grunge sound, but they made it too clean in ways too pretty. And I don't like that stuff either.
I don't know. For me, if I like the song, I don't care if everybody hates it or everybody loves it, as long as I like it.
I mean, that's true too. Like I've liked songs and bands that, other people don't like, so it, goes that way. And that's it then? Just that one band?
Let's see, what else do I have in here?
I mean, yeah, you have your phone right there. Just pop up your playlist and be like, what's on it?
Well, I've mostly been on like YouTube because I haven't put in my music in my iPhone in a long ass time.
Well, what do you search when you go to YouTube?
Let's see. So I had that band. Let's see.
Because I'll tell you this, like the last thing I searched on YouTube was 80s cover, 80s punk 80s cover songs.
Oh, 80s songs? Yeah, there's some of those in here.
like punk bands covering 80s songs. I don't know why, but the last thing I searched.
The song Rhythm of the Night by Corona. No pun intended though. No pun intended, but I really like that song. Let's see.
Wait, is that like a cover or is that the original?
That's the original.
Oh, that's the original. This is the Rhythm of the Night, right? I don't want to sing it because I don't want to get copyrighted,
Oh, yep, there we go.
But yeah, okay. I mean that works. And then what was the first band that you said?
Caravan Palace.
Caravan Palace.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Check it out.
One new thing, one old thing to check out if you guys are into it. Check it out. Well, we only have about 10 minutes left. I think I've been like trying to drag stuff out of you for so long there. I'm new
to this, so it's like
no, that's fine. I mean, it's I felt like it went pretty well. Usually though I start with news in the beginning, but I didn't want it to because we jumped straight into this out of nowhere. But,
right.
And plus, like, I was kind of excited that I even got this whole system to work. I was just like, oh my God, it works. Because then we spent like a good 30 minutes going like, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Wait, can you hear me?
Can you see me?
Yeah. So like when I popped it up and I saw your video and then I heard you and I was like, oh my God, it works. And I was like, hit record, let's go. So like, but usually like I go through like, I do like current events and news and stuff in the beginning, but I think we've used the last 10 minutes to go through kind of that stuff right now.
Right.
What I want to kind of talk about and maybe get your whole look into it because you are of the younger generation, but
Thank you know? I appreciate that.
Well, you're younger than me. I'm an old fart that's in this game. Do you know of the whole Tekashi 6ix9ine drama or situation?
No. I just know. Let's see. I just know the memes like that he snitched. That's about it.
Yeah. So
I don't really know much though about it.
So basically, he got famous riding the coattails of a blood gang from New York. And then he was talking like, oh, gangster this, gangster that, gangster this. And then once he gets caught up in the whole lifestyle and the life of the whole gangster, the feds get into it and they RICO and they basically capture all of them, including Mr. 6ix9ine.
I see.
And then he decides to get a plea deal that he's gonna rat on everybody.
That's where the memes come from. Huh?
Yeah. So he rats out everybody. He gets a plea deal. He even gets out even earlier because of the whole COVID thing. And as soon as he gets released, and he's right now he's been released. He's in protective custody. He's supposedly no one's supposed to know where he lives, but he messed up and kind of outed himself through the new video that he made. And a person that lived next to him saw in the video, he recognizes that place and is like, hey, I live right next to that guy. So they had to move him.
Wow.
And not just that, but the guy comes out on Instagram Live, gets the most views that anybody has ever gotten, and decides to say, yeah, I ratted, who cares? But look at me, like I'm still, kind of, here living free, even though he's really not free. It's like he's stuck in house arrest.
Right.
but like, and he's like, oh, I still make, make money, get views and stuff like that. And yeah, like I'm surprised that no one's tried to already go and get him because of the whole like ratting situation.
Right.
And then lately, the new news is that his new song came out, and it had like, right now it's like over 200 million views on like whatever YouTube or whatever it's on, right? But in the billboards, he is number 2 to Ariana Grande.
Really?
And yeah, so he goes back on Instagram Live and starts like crying about how the billboards, or like you could pay to get more, to get a higher ranking in the billboards, and then he's saying like, oh, Ariana Grande's team is like, paying more money so that she's higher in the list than he is and stuff like that. I don't know. I thought it was like kind of weird and kind of crazy, like, and then I wanted to get your view on it, but I guess you're not really into the whole type of thing.
No. Sorry.
Like I don't know. Like to me, it was like it's crazy that he's even still alive, because you think like he would have been gotten caught in the system, and that's only like knowing the streets and been around the streets. Like their whole like code of conduct is kind of like pretty harsh.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure. Well, he had a deal, right, with like with the feds. So
yep.
Pretty sure they're still helping him out, right?
Yeah, but even still though, like, because he wasn't such a high, like, risk factor or whatever, you wouldn't think that they would keep an eye on him for so like the whole time.
Right.
Something could happen. Who knows? But
I mean, he does have money, right? So I mean, that's gotta play a big factor.
Well, yeah, but then that also comes into play, like the codes of the street might change because of all these youngsters, and they're looking up to this guy, and this guy rats and he kind of gets away with it, and like, so like the whole code might just change, because the whole code that everyone lives off is kind of like an old school, like, old timey, like, law of the land in the hoods and stuff like that. So
right.
That type of stuff might be changing now, because like it's people look up to like these newer heads, and like he's one of them, and he ratted, he got away, he's still making money, and boom, I don't know.
Dang.
Kind of weird, crazy times, right? But I also wanted to do a review on, because I know that you're not really into wrestling, right?
No, I know you guys are though.
I know.
Work, like everybody, I was like, well, there's a lot of people that are really into wrestling.
Like only certain parts.
I thought it was just our voices that were going to be shown. I mean, heard.
No, it's video and it's video and audio. I tried to do the whole just audio thing, but I couldn't. There was like, I forgot what I had to do that I just couldn't do at that time to get it uploaded and stuff, because then it would have went to like iTunes and Spotify and stuff like that. But it was a whole thing I had to go through, and I was just like, it's too much. I didn't want to finish it.
Right.
Basically, it could have been me being lazy, or just me not being able to figure it out. Pick one, either one. I don't know. The easiest thing to do was just upload the stuff on YouTube. I mean, with video, because I mean that's what people go to YouTube for, anyways. They could just like play it in the background, just listen to it, but it's always good to just have video as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I brought up the whole wrestling thing just because AEW, which is like one of the bigger companies right next to WWE, just had one of their pay-per-views yesterday during this whole quarantine thing, and I kind of wanted to compare it because WWE had their pay-per-view a couple weeks ago during this whole quarantine thing, and I kind of wanted to compare and stuff like that. But I might just do that by myself on a whole separate other video, just because I don't know, it'll just take up way too much time, and then I tend to rant and get off course and stuff like that when I do that type of thing. I forget that
you like wrestling. I always forget that. I
like a lot of stuff. I mean, but wrestling's just one of them, just because it's like I don't know, something about the storylines, the acrobatics and stuff like that. I like, and just like combat sport and acrobatics. I kind of always been. It's kind of like almost watching kung fu movies. But
Right.
you know, the English version.
Mm-hmm.
Because
The English version.
ever since like I've been young, I've always been in like been into like kung fu flicks and stuff like that. And then wrestling's
Me
kind
too,
of
actually.
yeah, wrestling's kind of
Mhm.
like that, but Americanized with a storyline, and it changes every time, and like a villain that you like, you know, root against, and then there's the hero that you're like everyone's yaying for and stuff like that, you know. So I don't know, it's a little bit weird like that,
Hmm.
but here we are, 1 hour in.
Wow.
Yeah, right.
I'm
Not
like,
that
hey, that
long.
wasn't. No, it's not.
Yeah, it goes by pretty quickly. Once again, I want to thank you, Chris, for joining me. Thank you for
Thank
doing
you.
this.
Thank you for having me.
Even though I kind of like surprised you in a ways, although I felt like I didn't really surprise you. I kind of told you, you just didn't understand it. I don't know.
I thought this was just gonna be all a test, like just for you to like test stuff out.
Well, we tested it out, and it works, right? I know. I mean, we'll see too, because like once I put it up online, we'll see how I'm gonna re-listen to it and see how well it sounds and everything like that.
Oh gosh.
And then I want to thank everyone out there who's watching. Once again, if you guys are new and you're just seeing this, please hit that like, please hit that subscribe. And yes, welcome or thank you to Chris here. If you guys
Thank
like
you.
having her here and talking, let me know. I'll try to get her back, you know, and this time, and she'll know this time for the next time or whatever. Because I know that this works and we kind of figured this out, I'm going to try to get more guests on. If not Chris, somebody else, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna start asking around, and I mean, this
Start
whole
asking around.
yeah, this whole system works. So I was like, okay, it works, awesome. But yep. With that said, though, once again, Chris, thank you for joining us,
Thanks
and
for having me.
we'll see everybody on the next episode. Thank you guys all for watching. I hope you liked the video you guys just watched. And if you did, please do not hesitate to hit that like button and that subscribe button. And then tell a friend. And if you guys want to see more videos, check them out below. I should have 2 other videos to check out. We have other stuff to see on this channel. And with that said, we thank you guys all for watching. And we'll check you guys out laters.